While the owner of a $60,000 American truck is sitting in the shop waiting on an estimate that stings worse than the actual repair, there are 10 pickups the whole world makes fun of for being old, for being ugly, for being the truck your uncle drove, the one who always smelled like motor oil and gasoline. And those same trucks have racked up hundreds of thousands of miles, hauling cement, chickens, and furniture without the engine ever noticing. Today, I'm showing you the 10 poor man's pickups that humiliate any luxury truck out there. We start at number 10 and stick around until number 1, because that one is going to leave you speechless. Starting off at number 10, we've got a truck a lot of people see as just another face in line at the shop, the Chevrolet S10, from around 2012 onward. Everybody looks at it and figures it's just another work truck. No idea that under the hood it's hiding one of the most powerful diesel engines in its class. Ever wonder why a bargain bin work truck can out-tow something wearing a fancier badge? This is exactly why. It packs a 2.8-liter turbodiesel, known as the Duramax, with direct common rail injection, a variable geometry turbocharger, and 4 valves per cylinder, putting out around 200 horsepower. That's basically double what you need to climb a hill loaded down with cinder blocks. Torque runs around 325 pound-feet, enough to drag a shipping container without the engine breaking a sweat. Now heads up, this engine runs a timing belt, not a chain, so I'm not going to lie to you here. You've got to change it at the interval the manufacturer sets, usually before 60,000 miles, because if it snaps, the damage gets brutally expensive. But keep up with that change and with your oil, and there are units documented by independent shops cruising past 200,000 miles on the original engine. The 8-speed automatic responds well if you change your transmission fluid on time, though plenty of owners forget about that completely. And here's what most people don't know. This engine comes from a whole family of diesels that General Motors built with heavy-duty fleets in mind, not for showing off at a stoplight. If you're buying a used one, check 3 things before you sign anything. First, the turbo intercooler, which on neglected units starts blowing blue smoke like a fridge that just died in the middle of summer. Second, the injectors, which if they rattle like a maraca on a cold start, are already begging for maintenance. And third, ask for the timing belt service history, because if the previous owner gambled and skipped that change, this truck can turn into an expensive headache real quick. It's not the prettiest one in line, but mechanically it goes toe-to-toe with trucks that cost twice as much. At number 9, we've got a truck a lot of people see as too fancy to actually work for a living, the Volkswagen Amarok, with an interior that feels almost like a European sedan. Plenty of folks assume it's pure eye candy for some manager who never takes it off the pavement. Sounds backwards, right? A truck this comfortable working this hard? That's exactly the point. But ask any rancher or oilfield worker in South America, and they'll tell you this truck grinds away every single day without complaining. The version actually worth hunting down used is the one with the 6-cylinder, 3-liter turbodiesel, with common rail injection and twin turbos on the higher trims, putting out anywhere from 224 to 258 horsepower depending on the version. That's more power than plenty of big American trucks, packed into a tighter frame. Fuel economy runs around 26 miles per gallon on the highway, pretty reasonable for the muscle it's hauling around. This engine runs a timing chain, so you don't have to stress about that change at some random mileage marker the way you do with other brands. With steady maintenance, there are documented 6-cylinder Amarok units running past 200,000 miles without the block ever being cracked open. There are reports of Amarok trucks working oil fields with over 250,000 miles, and the original engine still humming along without drama. The secret to this truck is the frame, a reinforced ladder chassis Volkswagen, built with mines and oil fields in mind, not shopping mall parking lots. If you're buying a used one, watch out for 3 things. The older 4-cylinder bi-turbo version had more injector complaints than the 6-cylinder, so if you can afford the difference, spend it. Check the rear shocks too, which wear out faster than normal on trucks used for rough duty. And last, ask for the service history on the 8-speed automatic, because a skipped transmission fluid change on that box can get expensive fast. It costs a bit more than its rivals, but it drives like a manager's truck and works like a laborer's truck. Number 8 is the oldest truck on this entire list. The one your grandfather probably drove, the Chevrolet C10, known in a lot of countries as the Apache. Plenty of people see it as a museum piece good for nothing but sitting pretty, but while you're laughing at how old it looks, there are thousands of these still hauling cement, firewood and crops across farmland, from one end of the continent to the other. It runs dead simple naturally aspirated engines, either the inline-6 known as the stove bolt, or the small block V8, the classic 350 or 305 cubic inch. running a carburetor with not a single computer chip anywhere on the entire vehicle, putting out somewhere between 150 and 210 horsepower depending on the engine. Enough to drag a trailer loaded with cattle without breaking a sweat. Fuel economy isn't the best on this list, but when a gallon of gas costs you less than fixing one electronic sensor, the math still works out in your favor. These engines don't run a chain or a belt in the modern sense at all. The camshaft sits directly in the block turning simple gears, so that whole headache doesn't even exist. There are units documented with over 300,000 miles, and barely more than oil changes as the only real maintenance they've ever needed. The 3 or 4-speed manual is so crude it's nearly impossible to break. And even the rare automatics from that era hold up for decades if you change the fluid on time. The secret to this truck is that it was born in an era when simplicity wasn't a design choice. It was the only way anybody knew how to build an engine, so everything about it was made to be fixed with basic tools in your own backyard. If you're buying a used one, check 3 things. Rust in the frame and the bed floor, because after all these decades that's the real enemy, not the engine. The original wiring, which is so old that plenty of owners have already swapped it out, so ask if what's under the dash is factory or aftermarket. And the brakes, which on unassisted versions feel about as heavy as pushing a wheelbarrow uphill. It doesn't have working air conditioning, it doesn't have a screen, it doesn't have anything to distract you, but that simple engine can keep firing long after you're not around to hear it. Number 7 is a truck that carries the Chevrolet name, but that, if you knew the truth, you wouldn't hesitate to buy today. The Louvre D-Max. Here's the irony. Most people see the Chevrolet badge and assume it's just another American work truck, when in reality it's a Japanese Isuzu wearing a different name to sell better across Latin America. Funny how just a badge swap is all it takes to make people trust an engine less, isn't it? Under the hood it runs Isuzu diesel engines from the J family, either the 2.5-liter or the 3-liter, with a timing chain, putting out somewhere between 85 and 160 horsepower depending on the version. Plenty to move heavy loads without gasping on hills. Fuel economy is among the best on this entire list. And here's a fact that's going to surprise you. Isuzu engineering is so respected in the heavy truck world that plenty of delivery trucks and fire trucks run the exact same engine lineage. There are documented Louvre D-Max units from fleet shops running past 220,000 miles on basic maintenance. The 5-speed manual is every bit as solid as the engine itself, and the automatic, if it's been cared for, won't give you headaches either. The secret is that Isuzu builds these engines with the same philosophy it uses for genuine heavy-duty trucks, overbuilding the internal parts so they never work anywhere near their limit. If you're buying a used one, check 3 things. The turbo, which on units with serious mileage can start weeping oil. The glow plugs, which if they fail make the truck a pain to start on cold mornings, stubborn like an old lady who won't budge. And the rear leaf spring suspension, which wears out faster on work trucks that always run loaded to the max. This is the truck the guy who already knows buys. The one who doesn't need to flaunt the name because he knows exactly what's underneath it. Number 6 is the truck that's hauled more families, more moves, and more Sunday beach trips than anything else on this list. The Nissan Frontier, D22 generation. If you've ever rented a moving truck in pretty much any city in Latin America, odds are it was one of these. You've probably ridden in the back of one without even realizing it. It runs the YD25 DDTI, a 2.5-liter turbodiesel with a timing chain and common rail injection, putting out around 133 horsepower, enough to tow a boat without breaking a sweat. There was also a gas version with the KA24 engine, a 4-cylinder so simple and so sturdy that mechanics consider it nearly impossible to kill. The diesel gets around 29 miles per gallon. There are documented Frontier trucks from delivery fleet owners running past 300,000 miles on the original diesel engine, and that just isn't normal for any other brand. The 5-speed manual survives years of rough use without ever grinding badly, and even the automatic in the versions that offer one is nobler than people give it credit for. Nissan built this engine with markets in mind, where the fuel quality isn't always the best, so they made it forgiving and simple. If you're buying a used one, watch 3 things. The water pump, which on high-mileage units starts dripping like a tin roof in the middle of rainy season. The chain tensioner, which if it rattles on a cold start, is already warning you it needs attention. And the common rail injection system on the diesel. Because bad fuel can turn into an expensive repair fast. It's not the fastest, it's not the most comfortable, and nobody's ever bragged about one at a stoplight, but it's the one that never leaves you stranded on the highway. Number 5 is a truck old school mechanics practically keep secret, because they don't want the price going up, the Mitsubishi L200, from the generation running roughly from the late 90s through the mid-2000s. Under the hood it runs the Ford D56, a 2.5-liter turbodiesel, considered one of the most reliable diesel units ever built, putting out somewhere between 87 and 120 horsepower, depending on the version. It's no rocket, and nobody's buying this thing to race anyone. But for hauling tools, cement, and even a spare engine in the bed, it's got more than enough. Fuel economy runs around 29 miles per gallon. This engine shrugs off overloading, the occasional bad tank of fuel, and even neglected maintenance without dying on you. There are documented units from construction companies running past 250,000 miles, and some even past 300,000 with minor rebuilds along the way. Here's where you do need to pay attention, because this engine runs a timing belt, not a chain. So you've got to change it at the interval the manufacturer sets, or you're risking a serious headache. The secret to this engine is its almost stubborn simplicity: few parts, a rugged design, and a mechanical injection pump that forgives an awful lot. If you're buying a used one, check 3 things. The injection pump, which after 200,000 miles can start wearing down and losing pressure. The alternator, which fails more often than it should on older units. And the automatic transmission on the versions that offer one, because that gearbox is a lot more fragile than the engine sitting on top of it. Don't go looking for the L200 for luxury, because you won't find any. Go looking for it because you know a mechanic you trust would recommend it without a second thought. Coming in at number 4 is a truck you were probably already expecting to see on this list, the Toyota Tacoma, from the generation spanning roughly 1995 to 2004. And there's a very simple reason for that. It's the truck that holds its resale value better than anything else on the continent. Ever wonder why used Tacomas barely ever get cheaper no matter how old they get? Now you know. It runs the 2RZFE, or the 3RZFE, naturally aspirated 2.7-liter engines, with a timing chain, putting out around 150 horsepower, enough to haul a whole engine, a refrigerator, and even your cousin's motorcycle in the bed. It also came with a 3.4-liter V6 for anyone needing to tow more. Fuel economy isn't the best on this list, but what you save on repairs more than makes up for whatever extra you spend at the pump. There are documented Tacoma trucks with over 250,000 miles without the engine ever being cracked open once. The 5-speed manual is nearly bulletproof, and even the automatic, if you respect the oil changes, rides along without drama for hundreds of thousands of miles more. Toyota built this engine with the same overbuild philosophy it uses across the rest of its lineup, favoring thicker, simpler parts instead of risking a failure. If you're buying a used one, watch 3 things. Rust on the frame, which was a documented issue on early generations in humid climates. The motor mounts, which cause vibration at idle once they wear out. And the clutch on manual versions, which can slip on hills with a load if it wasn't replaced on time. It's expensive for a so-called poor man's truck, more expensive than plenty of trucks on this list. But that price tag is exactly the proof that it never breaks. At number 3 we head over to a Ford that, believe it or not, isn't nearly as American as it looks. The Ranger, from the generation running 1998 through 2011. Because this Ranger, the one sold across Latin America, Asia, and Australia, was born out of an alliance with a Japanese brand that's going to surprise a lot of you. Ford badge, Japanese soul, who would have guessed? Under the hood it runs the Duratec, a 2.3-liter twin-cam engine that was actually designed by Mazda, with a timing chain, putting out around 143 horsepower, enough to haul cinder blocks, sand, and even an industrial refrigerator without complaining. There were also diesel versions in 2.5 and 3 liters, also of Mazda origin, known for sipping fuel. There are documented Ranger trucks from independent shops running past 200,000 miles on the original timing chain. Engine never touched. The 5-speed manual is every bit as solid as the engine it's bolted to, and a well-maintained automatic won't let you down either. The secret is that this Ranger shares its platform and its engine with the Mazda B series. So what you're really buying is Japanese engineering wearing Ford's name and backed by Ford's parts network. If you're buying a used one, check 3 things. The water pump, which on the naturally aspirated V6 tends to weep after a lot of use. The head gaskets on the older 4-cylinder versions. And the electrical system, because there are reported failures in the taillights tied to the steering wheel position, which sounds strange but it's real. Buy it for the Japanese engine hiding under the hood, not for the name on the grille, because that name is really the only American thing about it. Number 2 is a truck a lot of people write off as just another big generic American pickup, with no idea it's hiding one of the most legendary engines ever built, the Dodge Ram, 2nd generation. When Dodge decided to really compete against Ford and Chevrolet, it didn't go looking for a car engine. it went looking for an industrial truck engine. That's how the Cummins B, an inline six-cylinder, ended up under the hood. A 5.9-liter turbodiesel, originally built for heavy machinery, generators, and farm equipment, not street trucks, putting out anywhere from 168 to 215 horsepower depending on the year, with brutal torque that pins you to the seat the second you start towing. Fuel economy, for such a big engine, is surprisingly reasonable on the highway. This engine runs timing gears just like a real truck engine, nothing like a chain or belt that can break down over time. There are documented Cummins engines from fleet owners and even industrial generator mechanics running past 1 million miles without the block ever being opened. The 5-speed manual, paired with this engine, is every bit as tough as the engine itself, and even the automatic from that era can take the punishment of towing every day if you stay disciplined about the transmission fluid changes. The secret is that Cummins never designed this engine thinking about cars. It designed it thinking about machines that can't afford to fail in the middle of a harvest or a construction job. If you're buying a used one, check 3 things. The rotary injection pump on the earlier years, which if it's never been touched by a specialist, can start losing pressure. The clutch, because with that much torque on tap, plenty of owners burn through it faster by dumping it hard under load. And the brakes, which on these heavier trucks need more frequent attention because of all the extra weight they're hauling around. It looks like just another big contractor's truck, but that Cummins engine is exactly why even generator mechanics recommend it without thinking twice. And we've made it to number 1, the truck that earned this spot not for being the fastest or the most luxurious, but for flat-out refusing to die, the Toyota Hilux. Back in 2003, the show Top Gear grabbed a 1988 Hilux with over 200,000 miles already on it and tried to kill it. They dunked it in the ocean, they set it on fire, they smashed it with a wrecking ball, and they even dropped it from the top of a 23-story building being demolished. And you know what happened? The engine fired right back up. Think about that for a second before we move on. The generation you can actually go buy on the used market today, the one built between 2005 and 2015, runs the 2KD FTV, a 2.5-liter turbodiesel, or the bigger 3-liter version known as the 1KD FTV, both with a timing chain, putting out somewhere between 102 and 171 horsepower, depending on the version. Enough to tow just about anything you can think to strap to the back. Fuel economy runs around 29 miles per gallon. There are documented Hilux trucks from mining companies, humanitarian organizations, and armies around the world running past 300,000 miles without the engine ever being opened. The 5-speed manual matches the engine's reputation for being indestructible, and even the automatic, well-maintained, can put on hundreds of thousands of miles without a single serious issue. The secret behind Toyota isn't complicated technology. It's overbuilding every single part so it never has to work anywhere near its limit. If you're buying a used one, check 3 things. The common rail injection system, because bad diesel fuel can cause expensive injector problems. The front suspension, which on units with a lot of off-road use might need fresh bushings. And the oil change history, because this engine forgives almost everything except total neglect. No wrecking ball, no fire, no collapsing building could kill it, and your daily commute isn't going to manage it either. And that wraps up this list. 10 pickups the world underestimates, 10 engines that refuse to die, and 10 proofs that real engineering doesn't need a luxury price tag to exist. If this video opened your eyes, smash that like button, because that's what tells the algorithm to put this video in front of more people who are about to blow a fortune on a truck that's going to live in the shop. Subscribe to Auto Value Hub if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next countdown. And if you've got a family member about to buy a truck just for the name on the grill, send them this video before it's too late. Now tell me in the comments which of these 10 pickups you've driven yourself, or which one surprised you the most, because I'm willing to bet the stories in the comments are going to be more impressive than this whole video. Take care of your truck, take care of your wallet, and remember something important. Expensive almost never means better.